What is up, everybody? My name is Jay, and this is another auto chess video. Let's get into it. So we finally got the patch that we were all waiting for. The knights did get a nerf. The wizards are here, and the meta it's a completely new one. It's not the same anymore. And to be honest, I'm kind of glad that it came because it was getting a little bit repetitive. Um, you wouldn't be surprised to see if there were like half the lobby going knights or half the lobby going mages, or it was just it was just getting stale. So this was a welcoming change in my opinion. So with the inclusion of the wizards and with all the balance changes that's been happening, the meta has changed. Like in my opinion, the previous meta was a mid-game meta, right? So because the Glacier Knights and the Dragon Mages, they can all get their power spike at level 7, right? So and level 7 is like usually the um, the mid game. But right now, the Knights have gotten a nerf, and we all know that Goblins are really good early game, and we all know that with the inclusion of the Wizards, so there are two pieces in the Wizards. There's God Wizard, and then the other one is a Demon Wizard. So you can potentially go two Gods early game, and that gives you like 60% CDR, I believe, to all your skills. So that is really strong. So that makes the entire lobby, the entire meta shift to the mid game from mid game to early game. So I think this meta, it's gonna be a lot. You wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of goblins, because what the wizards does is that it it will add another unit to your synergy if you are lacking in one. So for example, let's say that what the problem with going goblins is that it is basically a gamble to finding a devastator, right? But with the inclusion of wizards, you can go five goblins and then add in the two wizards, and then you'll have six goblins and four mech synergy easily. And then you can just stick with that until you find a devastator, and you can either keep it, go for six goblins and six mechs, or you can just swap it for something else like warlocks or whatever that you want to go. um, and then the same thing goes for mages as well. Like anything that is 4 or above synergies, so you can go do that with knights, you can do that with hunters, you can do it goes for both races and classes. So you can do that for like example Egurses. Like if you only have 3 Egurses, you put in the wizards and you will have 4. I'm pretty sure it does that as well. So yeah, since it's 4 above, so yeah, it should do that. So yeah, I think this meta, it's a lot more early game dependent, and I think goblins, god mage, and then maybe hunters. I think hybrid hunters are still relatively good. So I think those 3 are gonna be the most popular builds this patch. So anyway, this was my first game going into the meta. I really like playing goblins. I think they're really fun to play, and as you can see, we are a little bit high rolling. We already have a 2-star Ripper, and we're almost really close to getting another 2-star Ripper. We have a pair of Soul Breakers as well, and I'm keeping the Warriors just in case if I want to go Beast Warrior. So yeah, that's another thing. Don't be surprised to see Beast Warriors coming back. So I think because they can punish you early and mid game, and they're still relatively good. You know, they are weak early game right now with the 3 warrior nerf, but if you get your units, they are still relatively good. But anyway, so how you play goblins is that, so there are 2 ways you can play goblins. If you're getting a lot of goblin pairs like I am, you can roll down every single round to see if you can get pairs, or if you can make your pairs to 2 stars. You can continue doing this until round 8. Or the other way you can do is you can save gold till level 8 to round 8, sorry. You can save gold till round 8, and then you can roll everything down to make your goblins to 2 stars, and then you just win streak from there on. So the goal is that normally how it used to be is that this was the way you used to do that. You would roll really early to find your goblins, make them 2 stars, continue your win streak into however long that you can, level up to 9 as fast as possible, and then roll for your devastator, right? So if you find your devastator, great. Otherwise, you're just gonna go from 100 to 0 in like 5-6 rounds. That's how much of a gamble it was. But right now, with the inclusion of the wizards, you can keep your goblins. You can roll. You can do this same rolling thing. So like in this one, I already have 2-star Ripper and a 2-star Soulbreaker. I did so. You must have seen me roll here. Like I'm rolling to see if I can hit anything, and I get a Ripper. That's really good, and I will just take that over Red Axe Chief any day, right? So I'm in a really strong position. So this is how you can do. If you have a lot of pairs, especially goblins, you can just roll early to see if you can hit any of them, and if you hit them, it's great. So what was I saying? So yeah, now with the inclusion of the wizards, so you can do the same rolling thing that I did just now. Make your goblins to 2 stars, continue your win streak into however long you can, but then once you find your wizards, and you need to find like 5 goblins as well. So yeah, that's another thing. So you find your every goblin except devastator, find your wizards, put them in, and you're gonna have 6 goblins and 4 mechs way early, right? So you can just either try to keep on win streaking, or you can just go to level 9 and you won't lose much HP because of the fact that you have 6 goblin synergy. So that's why goblins are gonna be popular. Anyway, so our team is looking good. I decided to sell all my warriors because I wanted to get to 10 gold here, and I sold my Red Axe Chief and then my werewolf because I know for sure I'm going goblins. And it looks like there are 2 people who could potentially go goblins. There's the other guy who's been streaking as well, who's going goblins the same as me, and I'm also going goblins. And I have to. When you're getting these many goblins, you have to go goblins. But anyway, so we win the round 9, which is good. We keep our win streak going into Rock Golem. I might sell one of my units to get to 20 gold here, and I don't want anything in the shop. None of it helps me anyway. So do I sell anything to get to 20 gold? Let's see. Take out my Ripper for whatever reason. I think my thought was that I have enough tank with the 2 Rippers and might as well just have a little bit of damage from the Soulbreaker even though it's 1 star. And yeah, I'm thinking, and then I do sell the Wizard to get to 20 gold. Because I don't want to take out the God of War, because if I could find a 2-star, it's just going to give me an extra tank. And it's a good replacement for like the 1-star Soulbreaker, 1-star Soulbreaker that I have. Anyway, our items it's okay. We don't get great items, and we don't get. I mean, the items are not bad, but it's okay. And we find a Soul Reaper here. If I could find any other good Warlock, I could put them in. But I mean, there is a Poisonous Worm in the shop, but I don't think it's. I mean, a 1-star, it's not that good. Like whatever we have right now, I think it's really good. So our bench is really full. Like we have a lot of pairs. We would really like to hit at least few of them, so that we can clear some of our bench space. And we are up against another guy who also has a lot of goblins, but he could potentially thinking about going into knights, and we are losing to him. That's and yeah, the 2-star Hell Knight with the shield, the 2 shield, it's helping him out. So I might potentially go against him next round. So I'm gonna roll here, and we do find our pairs. And do I take out anything? Like if I had the Tabucha 2-star, I would definitely put her in. And do I swap out anything? I'm gonna take out the Heaven. Okay, we take out the Ripper for the Heaven Bomber, and we're gonna put him in front because we don't have the mana for him. And we are up against this guy. Let's see if we defeat him. Oh, it looks like his Hell Knight has gotten the Goblin buff. Oof. This is gonna be... It's gonna be bad, and we are gonna lose. Yeah, the 2-star Hell Knight is... With the Goblin buff is just not dying. That kinda sucks, and the other guy who was playing Goblins, he is gonna keep the win streak, which is unfortunate. But anyway, we did the best that we could. I think it was just really unlucky matchmaking, and also that Hell Knight getting the Goblin buff with the Knight Shield. It's like that's a 6 Goblin synergy in itself, to be honest. And anyway, so now we're just gonna save to 50 gold, and then we're just gonna focus on leveling up, and then if we find our wizards, buy those. And I think we were strong enough to defeat pretty much everyone in the lobby. Maybe not this guy, because I think he has some good items. Like I think he has Heaven's Gift in already. It looked like. But anyway, yeah. Like I think we were strong enough to defeat everyone except the guy who we lost to just now. And also, oh yeah, the other goblin also lost. His win streak's also cancelled. So that's good for us. Anyway, round 14, do I sell anything to get to 40 gold? I might sell the Taboo Witcher and the Unicorn. And oh yeah, this guy is also going Goblins. Our items are, yeah, like it's okay right now. We have good tank items, which is just good, but we would like to have something different, like a mana item for a Heaven Bomber or a Soul Breaker even. And yeah, I mean we already have one, which I put it on my Soul Breaker. And we're up against the Hunter player, and yeah, we are defeating him. Do we? Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be close. Yeah, the Heaven Bomber assault's gonna clean up. Oh, wait. It might be a draw? Yeah. And he had a win streak as well, so that's good that he drew. So he's gonna lose his win streak. And we do sell the Unicorn to get to 40 gold. We get another Heaven Bomber and Wolfpack, and yeah, I don't think I'm gonna sell anything to get to 50 gold. We're just gonna sacrifice one interest, which is fine, because we're close to getting a 3-star Ripper, and if we can find a 2-star Soul Reaper, that's gonna be huge. Like that will help out a lot. Anyway, and looks like, yeah, the other guy has swapped. It's looking to swap to knights, because I don't think he was finding any goblins. There's another guy who's playing goblins as well, and I think it's gonna be up against him. Like the top 2 is gonna be, like if we can find our Devastator or our Wizards, I think it's gonna be us 2 fighting for the first place. And it looked like there were 2 mage players, but they're pretty low. So if they can die, I'm pretty sure that it's gonna be the 2 goblin players who's fighting for the first, and we get a Axe of Devil Blood, which is really good. I'm gonna put that on to my Swordbreaker, who has the highest attack speed out of all the goblins. I mean, you could potentially put her on Venomancer, but I would rather put my tank items on my Venomancer, and I'd rather put my attack items on my Soul Reaper. Because a 3-star Soul Reaper, if you like, a lot of people don't do it, but late game, like early game, the Soulbreaker's ult is really good. Like his ult does a lot of damage, right? But as the game progresses into mid and late game, his ult just becomes not that much of a difference. So what you can do is if you keep getting frantic masks, you can equip that onto him. And if it's a 3-star Soulbreaker, frantic mask, and then like if you have the axe of double blood on him, he's gonna do insane amount of damage. So yeah, if you find frantic mask, make the Soulbreaker guy 3-star and put that onto him and just let the magic happen. And looks like, yeah, the Knights guy, it's Steam is a little bit weird for now. Like he has a lot of Knights, he has a lot of 2-stars, but he's nowhere near to going what kind of Knights that he wants to go, like Glacier Knights or Dragon Knights, and it's already level 7, so he should have a fair idea on what he wants to go. And yeah, like we are looking pretty good for now. We do need to find our wizards soon, and we do get the 2-star this guy. So all we need now is the demon wizard, the Grand Herald. I think it's how you say it. So we want to find her. We put those in, and we need to find Venomancer as well. So, and then we can just swap out our, like we can just sell our God of War and then put in that demon wizard and go to level 8 and then put in the Venomancer, and we have the 6 goblins and 4 warlocks. So yeah, because unless we find our wizards, we're gonna start losing, and I think we're gonna lose here. And yeah, the knight shields are too strong. Yeah, I think maybe if I don't know if playing the god here, like the god wizard, was the best play. We could have played the Ripper maybe, and we get the Cure Axe and we get the shield. So I'm gonna make the Heaven's Gift any day. So it kind of sucks that we lost our win streak, but we did the best we could, and we held on for as long as possible. And it's just so unlucky that we lost both of our win streaks to the same guy. Anyway, so yeah, that's our plan right now. Go to level 8, find our Venomancer, and find our Grand Herald, and have the 6 Goblin bonus, and then slowly level up to 9, and then roll for our Devastator. And yeah, like we are getting clapped by everyone right now. And this guy is going Glacier Knights as well. Yeah. 14 damage. That hurts. Oh, wait, it looked like the other guy was transitioning into mages potentially. Anyway, so creep round, we shouldn't have any problem, and we will automatically level up next round. And yeah, we need to find our pairs. Like our bench space is it's a little crowded. Yeah, looks like this guy is going 6 goblins and 3 mages version. That's that's a pretty good idea. So that the ways you can go with goblins is that you can go warlocks, you can go assassins, you can go hunters even, or you can go mages. Personally, I prefer the warlock version because they're just really tanky. Like the 4 warlock version with all the goblins, they just become so tanky, it's almost impossible to kill. And the healing, yeah. But mages are also pretty strong. And we finally get our 3-star Ripper, which is really good. And I'm just rolling to see if I can find the Like if we can high roll devastator, great. Or if we can find the demon, the grand herald, that would be also good. And we're up against a feather guy, and I think we're gonna take a lot of damage to this guy as well. um, so if you don't know how the like, I keep forgetting the name of the god wizard guy. But anyway, let's just name him as the god wizard guy, right? So his ult can be a little confusing. So it says that he steals the ability of the enemy who is in an asymmetrical position. No, not asymmetrical. Asymmetrical would be a lot easier to explain. It says it steals the ability of someone who is in a centrosymmetrical position. So what that basically means is that, so let's say that you have the God Wizard guy at the far end of your corner, like where my Heaven Bomber is right now. So let's assume that our God Wizard guy is in that place, right? So what he would do is he would steal the ability of someone who's on the far opposite side, like all the way up in the top right corner. He would steal someone's ability who's in that position. But if no one is in that position, so he would just steal whoever is closer to that position, right? So it's basically like there's a center point in our board, and then it would steal whatever that is opposite to where you placed him. So when it gets to late game, when it gets to late game, his positioning can win you games. Like for example, he can get the ability of someone, if your enemy has a razor claw, and if he steals a bear, that's really good, right? It gives you that tankiness, and we get a helicopter. Wow. And I'm egging that any day, and I'm just rolling to see if I can hit any of my pairs, and I don't. I'm just gonna have to sell my unicorns for now. But so anyway, what were we talking about? So yeah, it steals the ability of someone who is in the opposite direction. Um, so yeah, hopefully that made sense. But yeah, it can be a little confusing. Like um, even I didn't know what that exactly meant, and that's classic Dororo with their wordings. But anyway, so hopefully that made sense. And if it didn't, just let me know down in the comments below, and I'll try to explain it in detail. But anyway, yeah, we really need to find, like, we are so close to getting all the 3 stars, but like having a 3-star goblin right now, it's not gonna matter much. But we need to find the other demon wizard, uh, the Grand Herald, or Devastator, whichever works. But yeah, like we are, like the 2-star helicopter, it's gonna help out us a lot. That's crazy that we yeah that was a that was a really lucky rolls, to be honest. But yeah, we need to find the Grand Herald or Devastator, and then we can think about going to 9. But if I can hit any of my goblins with 3 stars, I might as well just level up to 9. So we could, what I'm thinking is, like, next round is creep round, right? So I might just level up to 9 after this round, and then just roll for either Devastator or the Demon Wizard. Because even though we're at 70 HP right now, we are gonna take a lot of damage. Like you saw just now, I just dropped from 1st to 3rd, and yeah. Anyway, how are you guys doing? I'm sorry, I didn't even ask about how y'all's weekend were. Mine was good. There was a festival back home. Like, I'm from India, if you didn't know. But yeah, we had a festival back home, and yeah, we had a family gatherings over, and it was a lot of fun. And I know it's Halloween time over at US, and if you're watching from there, and yeah, hopefully you had a good weekend. Anyway, we get some good items. We get a life crystal. We get a jade pipe, which is really good. I'm gonna buy that. I'm gonna make that item definitely. I'm just rolling to see if I can hit any amount. I may just roll down to 40. So let's do it. And like we really like, I don't want to sell anything here, so I need to like hit those pairs. We find one, but it's not the one I want. I really want to find one more. Give me. Okay, we finally find the heaven bomber. All right, now okay, that's good. So I know I said that what my thought process was that I wanted to go to 9 and then roll for our stuff, right? But our bench was just so full that we had to roll there, because there were like two units in the shop that we wanted to buy, and there was just no space in our bench. So yeah, we had to roll there heavily a little bit there. But anyway, and looks like we're losing to the night sky. Yeah, not surprising. And I might save maybe here, and we get a ghost profit. I'm keeping that. I'm taking that out for 1 star desperate doctor any day, because we also get a free curses because we already have a sword reaper in our bench, and we also get warlocks. So now we have 4 mechs and 2 warlocks. It's not much heal, but you know it's still fairly tanky. But anyway, so now what we can do is we can save for 2 more rounds, go to 9, and then roll for our 2 units that we would like to have. And yeah, so this was the guy who was playing goblins. Now it looks like he has 6 mages in. I'm not too sure. It looks like he has like a um, weird goblins front line, but 6 mages. But he's looking a lot healthy though, because he is level 9. And anyway, so now yeah, we just wait for 1 more round and then we go to level 9, and then hopefully we find those units, because yeah, we're in 1 shot territory even though we're at 40 HP. Not having our devastator, or like not having the 6 goblins, we can only survive for like maybe 3-4 rounds if we are lucky. But we are winning against the hunter's guy, which is no, we don't. But we are losing like a boss though. That's 4 HP. I'll take that. So we get the swordbreaker, and do I level up here? I should have leveled up here. I'm thinking, and I do. I'm gonna level up here, and we're gonna roll. And let's see if I can find any of my stuff. So I'm just gonna, yeah, we're gonna put 4 warlocks in because it is a little bit too late to roll. And we get a dark spirit. We get we get a lot of stuff. We find our 3-star soulbreaker, which is good, and we find a dark spirit, which is gonna help against the night sky. So yeah, it looks like this guy has found his devastator, but he's still losing to us. It looks like we have the tankiness to survive for now. And the 2-star helicopter definitely helped there a lot. And yeah, so now we have a 3-star reaper, and hopefully we can find the demon, the grand herald. Let's see if I roll. Oh, it's a creep round. Never mind. So we're gonna save this round, and then we're gonna roll a next round, and hopefully we can find our 2 units that we are looking for. But yeah, once we find those, we are looking pretty strong. So yeah, the other guy did go goblins with mages. So he could potentially be a problem, because the mages do fairly well against goblins, but we are extremely, like, I don't think he has a lot many 3-stars compared to us. And we find our Grim Touch. That's really good. We're gonna take out our. We're gonna take out the Dark Spirit and then put in the 2 wizards. And I still need my Venomancer in there. And I'm thinking about taking something away. And we're gonna take out the. So yeah, we're gonna take out the Ghost Prophet for now. And yeah, there we go. Now we have the 6 goblins, and now we have the full goblin synergy activated. So now we can start saving, right? So either we can go level 10 from here, um, or we can roll to find Devastator. But I think going up to level 10 is the best idea here. And yeah, we are gonna start winning from now on. And the only problem could be the mage guy, but I think we have the tankiness, and the 2-star helicopter is gonna help out a lot as well, because I don't think that guy is gonna die. So what I could have done here potentially is maybe swap out the Soul Reaper for Dark Spirit. So that's why I'm checking the lobby to see if I want the Soul Reaper or the Dark Spirit in. But I think the extra healing from the Soul Reaper is better than having a Dark Spirit. But I might be wrong. But I think that was the best play that I could have done here. But anyway, so yeah, we are winning against the other goblins guy as well, which is good. And we are winning against the hunters guy, which is also typical. Because he doesn't even have a 3-star dwarf sniper. So and it's pretty late game now. So yeah, that's our plan for now. We're gonna save. We're gonna save. Oh, I'm rolling a bit here. I just rolled once to see if I can find my soul breaker. But yeah, so we're gonna save to till round 36. We're gonna get to 50 gold, and then we're just gonna slowly level up to level 10. And yeah, and looks like, oh, the goblins guy, yeah, he also has his devastator. But yeah, I mean, he already had his devastator. Oh my, that is a 3-star Tortola Elder. Holy schmoly. That is crazy. I didn't even see that. That just skipped past every one of our eyes, didn't it? That is crazy. I'm not sure if going 3-star total is the best plan for him. Um, he could have went to 9 and then put in some other unit, like even a 2-star total order is good, but a 3-star total order, it's yeah, I'm not too sure about that, because that's a lot of gold, right? So how much is that? So you need 6 total orders, so that's 6 into 4, that's 24 gold. He could have used somewhere else. He could have used that for leveling up. He could have found another 2-star devastator. So yeah, I'm not too sure if that's the best plan, but let's see if that actually helps against my tankiness team. He's up against us, and yeah, he's losing bad. Oh, he almost died there. Yeah, um, yeah, I'm not too sure. Like that. That's why I prefer the warlock version. Like we right now we don't have 4 warlocks in, but our team is just has a lot of 3-stars compared to his. Like he only has a 3-star soul, I mean, skybreaker, and he has a 1-star ripper. That's sad. um so yeah, like he, instead of going for a 3-star total order, he could have potentially rolled for those goblins instead. um but hey, it looks cool though. 3-star total ladder. So maybe he just wanted to unlock its illustration, and we get some good items here, and I think we buy the key, right? No, I don't buy anything here for now. So yeah, we're just gonna slowly level up now, and oh, he got some crazy good items though. I'm not too sure how he's gonna combine those, but and I think we could. So in my Soul Breaker, I haven't combined the two broken swords yet because the item that you get, I don't remember the name exactly, but the red looking sword item. Like if you combine both of those um, broken swords, you get that item. But in my opinion, it's not really that strong because the raw damage. I think the broken sword gives you 20 raw damage, right? So if you have two of them, you have 40 damage. But combining them, you get 20 damage and then a chance to crit. And it will eventually can be made into a Dragonborn Ballista, which is a really insane item. But I would prefer to just keep those not combined, and if we can make it into a Ballista, I would make it. But yeah, until then, I would just keep them not combined. So we finally find our Devastator as well. And we're gonna take out both our wizards and put in the 4 warlocks. And now we are just looking really, really good. We're also level 8. So I could potentially go 6 mechs if I want to with the wizards. But we have a dark spirit and we have a what's it called? We have the Ghost Prophet as well. So it's which is gonna give us free Igursus. But anyway, we were up against the guy we predicted, which was the Goblins guy. And our team was just too tanky for him to deal with, and he didn't have a lot of 3 stars compared to us. And when it gets to late game, and if you're up against another Goblin guy, whoever has the most 3 stars, it's typical, like it's kind of how knights used to work. Whoever has the most 3 stars will win eventually. So what I would have done is, I mean, going mages is not, it's not a bad idea per se, but going for a 3-star instead of going for a 3-star total order, I would have used that gold to either level up, find some legendary unit, find anything to put in instead of 3-star soul burst. I mean 3-star total order. But anyway, so yeah, that's how goblins are. That's how you can play goblins. So yeah, like we talked about earlier. I think this meta, it's gonna be a lot of early game dependent meta. So goblins, beast warrior, and god mages, they are all gonna be back. I think god mages are gonna be really strong because of the fact, like, you get 60% CAR reduction, which is insane. Um, if you find every of those 3 gods, they are possibly the strongest team that you can run in this comp, in this meta. So 3 gods, and then the typical mages for the gods. So the Thunder Spirit, and then Shining Dragon, and then the Source, and then whatever CC unit that you can add, Storm Shaman, Siren, whichever unit that you can add, and then go to 9 or 10, and then find your God of Thunder. Swap that for either Thunder Spirit or your Shining Dragon, whichever, and then yeah, that's gonna be looking really strong. So yeah, that's how I think this meta is gonna shape up, from the early looks of it anyway. It's gonna be God Mage, Goblins, and maybe Beast Warrior, and then maybe Hunters. So anyway, until I see you all in the next video, peace out, my dudes.